All right, here we go. Sarah here. Welcome back to another episode of Your Fucking Welcome. We're doing something a little bit different today. We've got a short episode for you, and that is for a couple different reasons. Number one, you can probably hear it in my voice that I'm a little bit sick, and so I apologize for that. But I didn't quite have it in me to create a full-blown episode for you. But the second thing is that I have just released a brand new mini course called Paid and Proud, which I'm really excited about. It is a 7-day audio training that walks you through 7 really big important shifts that I believe that you need to make in order to sell and sell confidently. And so rather than, again, recording a whole episode for you, I wanted to give you access to day 1 of the program just to give a little bit of a glimpse into it for you. The rest of the program is available at sarah-dan.com/paid for just $7. Just $7. It is a crazy low price to make some, like I said, really important shifts into selling and selling confidently. And it's one that I feel like this work, this information, these shifts are just so important that I wanted to make them as accessible as possible. I know right now we're selling Your Fucking Welcome. Doors close on Friday. And so that's one way that we've done it, but I wanted to take it even further and give you a little bite, a little glimpse into the program. And so again, in this episode, you'll have lesson number 1. The other 6 are available if you sign up at sarah-dan.com/paid. And then obviously, if you want to go even further into all of this in terms of selling confidently and effectively and powerfully, you definitely want to join us for Your Fucking Welcome before doors close at 11:59 p.m. Pacific on Friday. And so yeah, enjoy. All right, here we go. Sarah here. Welcome to Paid and Proud. This is my brand new 7-day mini course that has been really created to help you step further into being the person who knows that they deserve to get paid. They're not afraid to show up and sell their stuff. They're not afraid to show up and be truly who they are at their core. And so my hope is over the next 7 days, I'm going to give you some small but really impactful shifts each and every day that help you step into that person that I know that you were born destined to be, okay? And so we're going to talk about a little bit every single day. We're going to cover mindset, we're going to cover strategy, we're going to run the gamut here. But today I wanted to start off with what I think is really the only place to start. And I want you to reflect a little bit around who you are as a human being. And even more importantly than that, the incorrect belief that many of you have that you have to be somebody different than who you are as a human being in order to make money, in order to be successful. I've shared this with you many times because I've heard it so many times, but I've had numerous clients say to me things like, oh, well, I want to sell this thing and somebody told me to do it this way, but that feels really icky to me. Should I do it? And I'm always like, but you just said that felt icky to you. If something feels icky and off to who you are at your core, why in the world would you do that as a business owner? I want you, again, to understand that, especially with what most of us are doing, right? We are our product. So it's not as though, we're selling pencils, we're selling some other type of thing. We are essentially each and every day showing up and selling ourselves. And therefore, we deserve, and we're going to be more successful when we allow our product to be the most authentic version of who we actually are at our core, because people can feel when we're trying to be somebody else. People can feel when we are not being true to who we actually are at our core. And so the thing that you so often believe that you have to do in order to make money, that is so often going to be the thing that doesn't work because it felt off. It felt weird to somebody else. It didn't feel like it was truly you. And so again, I want to stress to you here that if you are kind and honest and thoughtful in your everyday life, there is no way in a million years you have to abandon those qualities in order to actually make money and to get the sales. You get to be who you are. And I feel like I've done a really good job of this over the years. And I don't even take credit for that as much as I give the credit to my audience, because if I'm looking back towards 2017, when I started showing up all the time and doing live videos, I was scared as hell to do that at first. But having the validation, having the positive feedback from my people, that was this thing where it allowed me to feel like, oh yes, it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to talk how you talk. It's okay to show up how you really want to show up. It's working. They're validating it. They're enjoying this. And so in so many ways, I feel like, I'm not perfect, God knows, but in so many ways, my business has been this vehicle that has allowed me to be who I always really wanted to be and who I really always was in the first place, just a better, more confident version. And I want that for you as well. And so again, I want to stress this here, that you making money online or, in general, does not require that you abandon who you are at your core. It does not require you to become this entirely different person that you don't even recognize. And so one of the first prompts that I have for you here is I want you to just really reflect on who you are as a human being. Like, why are you proud of the person that you are? And just take the time to reflect on that, because that's going to, it's just going to shine a light on so many different things for you. Then I want you to take it that step further around, why are you telling yourself that you don't get to be successful by translating those traits to business? Why are you telling yourself the story that you have to be somebody different in order to make money? Okay. And then the second part of this, and this is kind of where like the idea came from, is I was, over the weekend, I went to Dallas. I flew to Dallas to go see Taylor Swift for the second time on this tour. And, the tour just started. The tickets were not cheap. Flying to Dallas first class is not cheap. But I was just sitting there reflecting on the fact that like I'm so proud of the fact that I've created this lifestyle for myself, and I'm being who I would have been or who I would have wanted to be, broke, right? Like going to see Taylor Swift was still my idea of fun. I just probably wouldn't have been able to do it and fly to a different state in order to actually make that happen. But it's what I would have wanted. And I'm bringing that up as an example because again, I feel so proud of myself that like I've been able to create this business that feels so aligned with who I am at my core. And also me with money, I'm not somebody different, right? I think the thing subconsciously that holds a lot of people back from making more money is that they feel like when they make more money, they are going to be somebody else. They're going to step into this unfamiliar territory. They're going to become somebody that they don't even recognize anymore. And so they resist it because they don't want to step into that unfamiliar territory. But like in my experience, do I have maybe nicer things? Do I, spend more money on certain, experiences? Sure. But it's not as though, again, I'm running around spending a bunch of money and being somebody different than I was in the first place. I'm still the same human being with the same core principles and the same core values. It's just at a different level. And so again, I wanted you to reflect on that because I wanted to make sure that you were in this place where you understand that in both scenarios, the way that I talked about it earlier, in terms of you getting the sale doesn't require that you be somebody else, but also that you being successful does not require that you be somebody else or become somebody else. No self-abandoning is required in order for you to make money, make a lot of it. And in that way, when we are staying true to ourselves, that's how we are able to be paid and proud, right? Because if you abandon yourself, if you are operating in a way that you don't believe is honest or is with integrity, of course, you're going to feel wonky or icky or weird about owning the fact that you're making a lot of money or owning the fact that you're asking for sales. But if you stay true to who you are in the first place and you're clean about those things, I find that the messiness or the wonkiness, the fear, the guilt, all of it really disappears. And so again, so often the belief that you have to become somebody different is the thing that's holding you back. It's blocking you from more sales and more success. And obviously, I don't want that to be the case for you. And so today, lesson one, day one, however you want to say that, I want you to reflect a little bit about your beliefs around what you think success and making more money has to be and has to make you become, essentially. And I want you to ultimately write yourself a new story, trusting that you get to be who you are, operate as your authentic self, and make more money. And nothing has to feel foreign or icky or wonky about it. And if we can clear those fears, that's going to be what allows you to step into the next phase of being able to really sell and sell powerfully and confidently. Okay, so I want you to reflect on that today, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, I would really, really, really appreciate it if you took the time to rate, review, and subscribe. It really helps the show a ton, and I would be super grateful.